Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining today's OpenEdX virtual meetup. Our session today is unlocking new possibilities with certificates in OpenEdX. I'm Jordan, part of the business development team at OpenCraft, and my focus is on how open source technologies like OpenEdX can help organizations scale education and democratize access to learning. I'm joined today by my colleague, Ali, who is a product manager here at OpenCraft and also an OpenEdX core contributor since 2021. Ali brings a strong UX perspective, always focused on putting learners and educators at the center of every design choice.
Hi, everyone. Let's start with what certificates look like today in OpenEdX. Currently, certificates are based on a single requirement. A learner must reach a specific overall grade threshold in order to unlock a certificate. That's it. But what does this mean in practice? Firstly, only one type of certificate can be issued per course. Secondly, there's very little room for personalization or nuance. And lastly, learners can't be recognized for hitting important milestones along the way. So while certificates are useful, they're also quite rigid. And this rigidity limits how engaging and motivating they can be.
So why is this important? From the learner's perspective, certificates are more than just a piece of paper. They're a form of motivation. Learners want recognition for progress, not just an all or nothing final outcome. From the educator's perspective, flexibility is key. Teachers and course teams want tools that reflect the variety of ways people succeed, completing activities, demonstrating effort, or excelling at certain skills. And from the employer's perspective, certificates are proof of skills. If all they see is a pass versus fail, it doesn't capture the nuance of how someone performed or what they achieved. In short, certificates have the potential to do so much more for everyone involved.
A great example of this problem and how we work to solve it comes from our collaboration with Harvard Medical School. HMS courses attract professional learners, doctors, researchers, and healthcare specialists. These are people for whom recognition really matters. Faculty at HMS came to us with a specific request. They wanted a system that could recognize different levels of achievement. For example, learners who completed all required activities could get a completion certificate. Those who met a certain grade threshold could earn a certificate of achievement, and those who met both sets of criteria could earn a special certificate of achievement. This tiered approach made much more sense in their high-stakes professional context.
Before working with us, HMS tried some workarounds, manually tracking learner activity and issuing custom certificates outside the platform. But as you can imagine, this was time-consuming, error-prone, and definitely not scalable. They also wanted to incorporate digital badges as another way of recognizing achievements. Badges are especially motivating for learners, and they're easier to share on professional networks like LinkedIn. So HMS came to us with a challenge. Build a solution that's flexible enough to handle different certificate tiers, badges, and future program needs, while still being practical to manage for course teams and learners.
At OpenCraft, we believe the best solutions come from collaboration. So we work closely with HMS faculty and learners to understand their exact needs. While the current version of enhanced certificates prioritizes utility, we've designed the foundations to be extensible, with plugin support on our roadmap for a future version. This will give instructors even more flexibility in customizing certificates. And most importantly, although this feature was built for HMS, we designed it to be generic and reusable for the entire OpenEdX community.
Let's take a look at the instructor experience. In the Django admin, instructors can now create multiple course certificates for the same course and define the rules for each certificate, such as completing 90% of activities or earning 80% of a final exam. In the future, instructors may be able to attach badges to achievements, giving learners extra motivation. While Django admin provides a practical interface that gives course teams flexibility, it's not very user-friendly for non-technical folks. Moving these capabilities to Studio may be something the community might want to investigate at a later stage.
Now let's switch to the learner perspective. When learners unlock a certificate, they can download a rich PDF that reflects their achievement. Certificate templates are designed outside of the platform and uploaded by admins. From there, we place metadata like the learner's name, the course name, and the date in the defined spots on the template. In the future, learners will be able to view their achievements directly on the progress page as shown in this image. Additionally, once they've been implemented, badges will show up in the learner's profile, making them shareable outside the platform.
Here's what was possible before and after this project. Before, one rigid certificate based only on grades, and after, multiple tiers, flexible rules, and soon, badges. It's a huge step forward in making Open edX certificates meaningful, motivated, and scalable. This solution isn't just for Harvard, it's for all of us. Learners get more motivation and recognition, educators get flexible tools to design meaningful recognition, and as a community, Open edX becomes stronger and more competitive. It also means learners can take their achievements beyond the platform into careers, LinkedIn profiles, and real-world applications.
I'd like to emphasize that this was built openly in partnership with HMS. The code is available, and we're working towards upstreaming all of the features so everyone can benefit. That's the power of open source collaboration, solving a real client problem in a way that benefits the whole ecosystem.
And now it's over to you. We've started a discussion about the certificates feature on the Open edX forum. We'd love for you to review it, share your use cases, and help the future of certificates. Your feedback matters, and it can directly influence what gets upstreamed.
Our next steps are clear. We'll draft a product proposal, iterate with your feedback, collaborate with Open edX working groups, and upstream the feature so the entire community can benefit.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited about what's possible with enhanced certificates, and we hope you are too. Please connect with us after the session. You can find more on the forum, the OpenCraft website at opencraft.com, or right here at the Meetup. Thanks again.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having us today. I'm Shadi Naif from Zeitlabs, and here with me, Tahrim Sadat and Omar Laythawi. We are here to present you the payment plugin, Open edX payment plugin, that hopefully will be the replacement of the deprecated e-commerce. About our team, we are an e-learning solution, Open edX verified provider. Omar Laythawi is a core contributor, and you know him, most of you, I think. He's a contributor since 2014. He contributed to the mobile RTL, I18 localization. And after founding Zeitlabs, we worked on hundreds of Open edX instances, many small projects and some big projects. For the plugin, the payment plugin, the team developed that plugin. Tahrim Sadat, she's the lead project engineer. She did most of the code, the quality, everything. Ibrahim Yakti, he's not with us today, but he did the database design, and he has a lot of experience in e-commerce products from many types. Me and Omar, we did the architect and the code reviews. The initial implementation of the payment plugin was sponsored by NILC, the National E-Learning Center of Saudi Arabia. We should mention that and thank them for sponsoring the work. And then the support for long run for maintenance will be on Zeitlabs team. Now, the existing OpenEdX payment solution is, of course, the legacy e-commerce, which is deprecated already. And we have some initiatives for WooCommerce and Magento, which are full e-commerce platform, fragmented and complex. We don't need all the functionalities on these giant products. We also have initiatives on Shopify, which doesn't support multi-tenancy and requires a lot of custom development. And we have other custom modules here and there. But of course, the right payment solution that we need is not a full e-commerce. We need something else that supports edX platform and doesn't give us a lot of headache maintaining many unused parts. And for that, I'll leave the mic for my colleague, Tahrim, and she will present to you our new plugin, the payment plugin. Tahrim, please.
Thank you, Shadi. So now let's look at what do we actually need for OpenEdX. We don't need a full-fledged e-commerce, like Shadi said. All we need is a simple payment flows where user can simply enroll and purchase a paid course. A solution that should be simple and scalable, and most importantly, it should be something specially designed for OpenEdX, not as a third-party integration, not as a side feature. It should be in the core of OpenEdX. And that's where the idea behind our plugin comes in. Can you please move to the next slide? So we tried to create a very simple Django Python OpenEdX plugin. The overall idea was to create a plugin that is lightweight. The user experience should be seamless. Integration should be effortless, and along with having a flexibility to grow with the future needs. By focusing only on the payments, we cut down all the unwanted code, all the unnecessary complexity. All we try to create is a plugin that is simple for today and scalable for tomorrow. Now let's look at the top features that our plugin brings in. I want to start with the most important one, that this plugin is going to be very easy to manage from the Django admin panel. You can see all the tables that we are using in the screenshot that is added. It's going to be very easy to use this plugin. All you need is to install it and enable it. And then you just need to create a catalog item where you can set the course ID, the currency, the price, and things like that. And if catalog item is there, our plugin is enabled, clicking on enroll button or upgrade button will automatically redirect you to our plugin checkout page instead of traditional e-commerce, where you can see all the payment buttons, similar like we had in the deprecated e-commerce for different gateways for the registered processors. I will come back later to the registered processors part, but you can see all the payment buttons. User can easily click on that button and can complete the payment flows. And after that, he will be redirected back to the invoice page on the platform. Another important table that is worth to mention here is the audit logs, which is going to be similar like we had a processor response in the traditional e-commerce, but it is more useful than that, because along with saving the gateway responses, it's going to help you to debug and backtrack everything, because it's going to save some errors as well. So if there's a cart fulfillment error, if there's an enrollment error, anything, any error came up, we are going to store it in the audit logs. So it's going to be very easy to backtrack or debug things. Moving forward, it's built in with the Django Python. So it's native to OpenEdX. You don't need expertise of any other languages. Like for Magento, you need to have some experience in Magento or PHP. You don't need any external libraries and tools. It's going to be very easy. If you need Django, you can easily understand and customize it. Integration is faster. It's plug and play because it's a Django Python OpenEdX plugin. All you need is to pip install plugin and you need to enable it and start using it. It's very lightweight. That means no extra servers, no complex setup, no heavy infrastructure, no need to spend a lot of time just on the documentations and research that how you're gonna set up it, how you're gonna integrate it, and how you're gonna deploy it. And that reduces the cost automatically because we don't need any extra infrastructure. Another important point is that this plugin is going to be maintainable, which means simple, cleaner code base, which is easily customizable. And we really try to focus on this one because from my past experience, I can say it. I know how difficult it was to do customization in a Django Oscar. Firstly, you have to spend a lot of time just on the research that how things are flowing, how things are connected. And at the end, after spending a lot of time just on the research of understanding everything, you'll be able to customize it. And that was a huge headache. And the most important in all of these points is it's pluggable. Plug your own payment provider. So right now we created two main repos, one with the name Zeitlabs Payments, which is gonna be the base plugin, and it contain all the base code that is required. It already contain base processor with all the main chunks like handle payment, create invoice, enrollment part, everything is already there. All you need, if you want to create your own payment provider, all you need is to create a new Django OpenEdX plugin. You can extend the base processor class, override all the required method, and you need to register your processor through an entry point in a setup.py. And once all of this done, your provider, your payment gateway is registered. We have created one, so there's two repos that we created. It's Zeitlabs Payments that I already described, and the Zeitlabs Payfort, which contain the code for the Payfort gateway. And you can use that as an example to create or add more payment gateways. So it's going to be very easy, and we have and we are continuously working on it to optimize it more. So it's going to be, and to make it more generic, so adding more payment provider is going to be much more easier. Moving forward, we try to create a same user experience as we used to have in traditional e-commerce. On the left-hand side, you can see the deprecated e-commerce screenshot of the checkout page. And on the right-hand side, we added our plugin checkout page. I know the currency is different, but that's mostly related to the config settings. But overall, you can have the idea that we try to keep it at much same for the seamless user experience. I want to end this presentation by discussing that what we have created so far and what we have in our list. So I have already described that we already created a repo named Zeitlabs Payforts that contain support Payfort gateway for the course purchase. So user can easily purchase or can complete the enrollment in a paid course using a Payfort gateway right now. But because we already created a base class or base processors, so adding new payment processors is not gonna be very tough. There are a lot of processors. We are continuously working on it, and hopefully you're gonna see more payment processor support in future months. One example I added here is the Hyperpay that we are currently working on, and hopefully you are gonna see this in 1 or 2 months. Next is discount and coupon support, just to support the flexible pricing like we used to have in traditional e-commerce. And lastly, which is going to be one important feature and what was missing from the traditional e-commerce, was a monthly and yearly subscription. So we have that in our plan as well. And you're going to see all of the progress on all of these features in coming months, hopefully. That's it from our side. Thank you so much. We are ready for any questions and feedback, and you can share any feedback on the given email that we have here. You can contact us there, can share any comments or anything that you want to have. Thank you so much.